What's going on, YouTube? We're back today in MLB 15, the show. Not the show today. We're in Diamond Dynasty against this guy. You can see that we have Mike Trout now and Arenado at shortstop. And we have Clayton Kershaw pitching this game against his team. He has David Price pitching, and he also has a few other good players: Cano, Cruz, Kane, Donaldson, Gonzalez, just to name a few. We are the away team, so we bat first. Tuve, unfortunately, we pop out there with Tuve, which is not what I want to do, but that's what happens. Don't get anything in the top first, so let's move to the bottom of the first. 0-2 count to this guy. We end up striking him out in the second out of the inning. Then we got Nelly up, and we end up striking him out with a nasty 12-6 curveball. Get the easy out there, which I always love. So 2 strikeouts in the inning. No real work had to be put in there. And we finally get our first hit on a 3-0 count to Mr. Goldschmidt. Mr. Goldschmidt right there. Get a nice single. Always nice to get the first hit of the game out of the way. Start cruising, but that's all we get that inning. So let's move on to the bottom of the second. 0-2 count, and we get him with a nasty slider right there to strike him out. 2 outs already to the bottom in this bottom of the second. 1-0 count now. We end up throwing a, what do we throw? Slider there? Whatever it is, grounds out to short. Almost beat it out, but thankfully he doesn't. So let's move on. Top of the third, Clayton Kershaw had a decent game. Had a hit there. Second hit of the game for us. His first. He had a couple of hits this game, which is surprising for a pitcher. And then we have Matt Wieters batting 9th. And his pitcher unfortunately got injured for him. Good news for us, because that means we get into his pen early in this game. We end up not doing anything in that top of the third, so we move on to the bottom of the third. He gets his first hit. The first baseman would have been on first. We might have been able to throw him out there. Unfortunately, he wasn't. Now 2 outs. That guy still on first. 0-0 count. He ends up flying out to Jonesy, and with Adam Jones, that's an easy fly out. Even though we do have Mike Trout as a center fielder, we have him in left. So we have a good outfield. Cruz, okay fielding, not the greatest, but that's why Cruz is in there, because he can do that right there. Hits a nice double to left. That did go down as a hit. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be an error, but it does go down as a double for Cruz. Good old Nelly gets a hit. And then Mr. Goldschmidt comes up on the 1-0 count, ends up driving that one to the left center field gap. That's going to score a run. Goldschmidt goes all the way to second. We have an early 1-0 lead in this game. And who's up next? Arenado. He ends up hitting it to third. Thought it was going to be a base hit. It doesn't quite go past him, but it does go down as a base hit. An infield single. Goldschmidt comes around and scores. And we have a 2-0 lead in this 4th inning. Now to the bottom of the 4th, already 2 outs. This guy ends up lining out to Jones. It's right there. While we have Jones on the team in the field as center, he plays it well. And let's move on to the top of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, we didn't do anything. But top of the 5th, he ends up hitting in the shift. We get that out. I think that was Gonzalez hitting there. Now, after a single by the... I don't know who got the single, but he ends up grounding into the double play here, ending the inning. It's always nice to end the inning on a double play. And let's move on to the bottom 6. Once again, hitting wasn't there for us today. We got the lead. That's all that really matters. He ends up getting one through. I don't know what we're doing there, but it's a single for him. And he has a couple of hits now. And he led off the inning with a hit. But right here, we end up picking him off. And that's a big deal. That's an out that shouldn't have been an out. And then he had a bad 6th inning. He got that hit, but after that it started going downhill for him. He does strike out here, but the ball gets past Wheats here, unfortunately, and he will end up getting to first on the pass ball. Which is unfortunate. But the bad thing is what happens here for him. Lorenzo Cain ends up popping out. That's not bad to Wheats. This ends up popping out to Wieters. But for some reason he decides to go to second with this pitcher, which is not a good idea. So we just tag him out there with Tuve and get out of the inning. And now we move on to the top of the 7th, where Clayton Kershaw, like I said, gets another hit up the middle. Second hit of the game for a pitcher. That's unusual. But I'll take it. I don't think his pitcher had a hit once. He did reach on the strikeout, but he didn't have a hit once. Then Tuve comes up with 2 outs, gets a single. It goes past the shortstop right there. So we have runners on first and second. Manny Machado is now coming up, and he ends up hitting one to left. It gets down for a base hit. Kershaw runs rounds third, comes home, somehow has the speed to get home. Thankfully, his left fielder has terrible throwing, so we get home pretty easily. And then he just kept on pausing the game. I don't know what he was doing, but we accept that, make him forfeit, get the win. So I didn't. This game took forever to play because he kept pausing it and pausing it. 6 minutes of pause time is ridiculous. You don't need that much time. So we ended up taking the win there, 1-3-0, because he ran out of pause time. I guess he wanted to. I don't know. I guess he was done. He just didn't want to quit and have that happen. I don't know. We get the win, 3-0 over him. We had 9 hits. He only had 3. He did have the error. I guess the error went when he threw it to first. I came home. I don't know when the error was, because that hit by Cruz was a hit. It didn't go down as an error. I don't know how he got the error, but he does, and we get the win, which is the most important. 3-0. Mike Trout didn't have a great day. He struck out once and grounded out twice, I think. But not a great day for him. Good day for the team, though, and we end up getting the win, and that's the most important. And that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I am out till next time. As always, do work.